So, good afternoon to our colleagues from Vietnam, and also good morning to our participants from Russia. So this is a second webinar that between B2B ASEAN and РУССОФТ host together. Right now, this is a time for the Vietnam. As you can see, Vietnam is one of the promising market in the Mekong region. A lot of populations, first development, and in terms of digitalizations are in the first priority. So I hope based on this webinar, I believe that Russian colleagues will have more understanding about Vietnam markets, laws and regulations, and also about how the Vietnamese business works and what types of cooperation, what types of chances for the Russian IT companies to enter the Vietnamese market. So before we start, as usual, I would like to request Mr. Valentin Makarov, President of the РУССОФТ, to give her opening remarks. As you can see, last week we hosted a roundtable between Russia and ASEAN, and of course we are also there. We know that Russians IT are willing to enter the ASEAN market. So, Mr. Valentin Makarov, based on your opening remarks, can you please tell me what is the goals of hosting this webinar for the Russian IT companies, and what can be the positive outcomes after this? Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
The floor is yours.
Thank you. Yes, thank you very much for inviting me to make the first speech to participants of our webinar. In fact, for us, Vietnam is a very important partner because we have long experience of cooperation during previous times when there was war, and helped each other to struggle and then to restore economy of Vietnam. And now the time is different. Time is changing. And now we are on the eve of a new technological era, which is based on completely new technologies like artificial intelligence or blockchain or quantum computing, communications. All these technologies change the world. So all applications of IT now applied to social life, to government, to economy, trading, for everything, completely change all these spheres, all economy, global economy. And for the moment, there are no leaders which are monopolists in these areas. So everybody come, they pretend to be a technological leader in the sphere of new technologies. So we have together with ASEAN countries, India, China, all these countries may pretend to be leaders. Only one country alone cannot be a complete leader. So we are trying now to accumulate resources, energy, and the willingness of countries, of ASEAN countries, or Latin American countries, or Arabic countries, to put together our resources to be together this leader. And Vietnam is sure to be one of our prominent potential partner in this field. And we have been in Vietnam several times with РУССОФТ delegations, and we have good relations with Vietnamese companies and businesses. Personally, we have several webinars with Vietnamese associations, so we know there is a trust. There is a very high level of technological achievements of Vietnamese companies and people, science and education. So in my view, India, Vietnam, Latin America are priorities for soft activity in the field. And what is important that we offer not exactly capitalistic approach in the field. So we offer cooperation, we offer technology transfer, and our business model is based on the former name of USSR, like SSR, and sovereignty. So we offer to keep every country to be sovereign in technology and then in politics. Second, it is cooperation. So we offer cooperation and justice to get results of our cooperation on equal terms for every participant. And also last thing is realism, rationalism. So we have to check results of our cooperation by very simple things. We have profit, gains, working places, and success of our companies in the market, and also happiness of our people. So in my view, we have a very good moment for the beginning of our cooperation. I thankful very much for Любарто, to Meyer for beginning this work, to beginning cooperation between countries of ASEAN with Russia, with РУССОФТ, and I hope we'll very quickly come to practical decisions, practical business missions, practical cooperation and businesses in the near future. So I wish you great success.
Thank you so much for your speech. You're not only mentioning about our current relation between ASEAN country and Russia Federation. You're also mentioning about the USSR and all ASEAN country. Yes, Russians always with us, support us in terms of like in the past, in terms of like humanitarian aid developments of our ASEAN countries, and I appreciate this. And this is a quite wonderful remarks for you and for me and for the speakers also. So thank you so much. And now, please, Mr. Lubato, are you here?
Yes, I'm
Yes,
here.
yeah.
Thank you
Yes.
very much, Mr. Min. Yeah,
Yes,
good afternoon.
good
Are you hearing
afternoon to
me?
you. Sorry, for me, afternoon. So, okay, Mr. Lubato. So from the RUSSOFT side, they mentioned about the collaborations in terms of collaborations in a long history between Russia and ASEAN. From B2B ASEAN, I would like to hear the role of B2B ASEAN. As I remember, you told me that the role of B2B ASEAN is a bridge to connect between ASEAN business and Russian business to have a productive working environment. So can you mention me about like can you mention me like what B2B ASEAN currently focus on and what B2B ASEAN helps ASEAN companies to enter Russian markets, or what what you can provide the Russian companies to ASEAN markets? Thank you. Floyd.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Min. Good afternoon, dear colleagues, partners, and webinar participants. Today we are here to discuss very important and interesting topic, integration technological capabilities of Russia and our region, ASEAN countries. And of course, we see that the digital economic of our region of ASEAN is growing incredibly fast, creating excellent opportunities for, like you mentioned, to make a bridge participants between Russian companies and ASEAN companies. And in this rapid growth, Vietnam stands out. Vietnam is not only a successful country in the field of digital economic and technology, but like a key player for all region. And our audience believe that Vietnam has the potential to become a major hub and a great start point for Russian companies to enter to ASEAN markets. And so, of course, our goal today is to turn the potential into the real project and successful partnerships. And as Mr. Makarov mentioned, only together we can create solutions and be successful. And of course, our audience will help to cooperate between the РУССОФТ with the Russian companies here in the Russian market and on the Asian market also. Finally, I want to give big thanks to our respected speakers. Thank you for you, Mr. Min, and of course big thank you to Miss Nguyen Mai Hong to help to organize this webinar and go forward, make a good preparation to today. Thank you very much for all. Go ahead, your time, Mr. Min.
So, thank you for your opening remarks. Also, based on remarks from Mr. Valetin Makarov and Mr. Любарто Сартойо, I believe as before, Russians and ASEAN countries stand together even in good times, bad times. We're friends, and each of our countries and Russia still hold strong ties. So let me move to another section. It's like I think this is a section that all the audience are waiting for. This is like for the speakers, for the discussions of, and also explanation of Vietnamese markets, digital markets, current Vietnamese digitalization, and so on. So for the first speaker, Mr. Bin, are you here?
I'm here.
Sorry, Mr. Before I start, I would like to do some introductions. I've been to Vietnam a lot because I live in Laos. So yes, I know Vietnam is very, how to say, digital advanced country. So based on your experience, could you please share me about the Vietnamese digital technology market? How big is the market, and how many foreign partners, how many foreign competitors, and also the how to say, expectation for the investment. So for this topic, Mr. Bin, Vice Chairman of Vietnam Internet Association, could you please share your experience and words and so on? So you have time around 10 to 50 minutes. If you have presentations, you can also share. So please go ahead.
Okay, Здравствуйте, меня зовут Bing. So that's all I can say in Russian. All right. So just a very few minutes to give some brief introduction about VIA. So VIA is a Vietnam Internet Association, and we was founded on 2010, about 15 years ago, and our members are initially the telecom companies, internet companies, and many different types of business working in the field related to the internet infrastructure and services, including data center, cloud, and also social networks, etc. So we have now about 150 members. So the mission of VIA is doing like the bridge between the industry and the policy makers, regulators, and also to be the connector with any potential collaboration from other countries. We have been doing many efforts to connect our potential foreign partners to our members. So this is very brief about what is VIA and then its mission. So I'm very happy to be here to give you some very quick or brief pictures about Vietnam digital development and some like some insights of what should be potential for Russian companies. All right, so you know that Vietnam, after opening the internet in 1997, so it changed a lot, the whole society. So now Vietnam is on top of the country in terms of internet users. Vietnam now has about more than 80 million internet users. Also for the broadband, fixed broadband and also mobile broadband is also in top 10 or 13 in the world. So the internet and telecommunication service in Vietnam is very affordable for the almost all of the population. So this have Vietnam to have a very strong foundation in digital infrastructure. I mean, digital infrastructure towards the digital transformation. You also know that so 1 year ago, Vietnam has some change in the leadership, and after that, in terms of policy, there are many big change. Many new policies. You heard about that decree 57, something like that, to boost the science and technology, innovation, and digital transformation. So this top-level policy has been guiding the whole society to go forward, both for the government agencies, the big companies, and also ICT communities. So Vietnam now has a lot of like big projects or big potential projects in many different perspectives, including the infrastructure. For example, the Vietnam for telecom infrastructure will be submarine cables connecting to the regional hub like Hong Kong or Singapore or Tokyo. And also the demand for new data centers is also very huge. Up to now, Vietnam have just like 19 or 20 data center, and the demands for building new one or big data center is very big. And recently there are many announcements of building data center from Viettel, FPT, and CMC as well. So it's in terms of 5G, and Vietnam this year will try to cover almost the whole nation with the 5G, and it's also very aggressive request from the government. You know that the whole of the 5G provider are state-owned. Also, they are also from government. So for infrastructure, this year and next year will be very hot, and many big projects will be implemented. Concerning the services, online services, like for e-government, for online public services, there are also a lot of like demands, and it require the platform and the software development, etc. So as far as we know that billions of US dollar will be put in the investment, and the government of Vietnam trying to promote or to get involved all the big companies. I think there are about 3 different groups. The first group is state-owned big companies, like the big telcos like VNPT, Mobifone, Viettel, and the second group would be about the private companies to put investment in ICT. You can have some news information about that through the media, like many private companies like Vingroup, Sun Group, Sovico, Masan, etc. They are all trying to invest and open the new technology company to follow the government guidelines and direction. And the third group will be the small and medium enterprises related to ICT. They're also trying to take these opportunities to invest in technologies and to cope the demand of the market. So from our view, there are some questions, or there are some open questions which the Russian IT companies could take into consideration. As Mr. Makarov also mentioned, Vietnam would like to have some kind of like sovereignty and independence in technology. So the demand for technology transfer is very, I think it's very critical for Vietnam. You know that Vietnam is standing just next to the big neighbor, and also we have relationship and cooperation with Western companies, Western tech companies from US, from Israel, etc. But making Vietnam, or to be independent for Vietnam, especially for government services and many other things, will be very crucial for Vietnamese government and Vietnamese companies to consider to develop the technology related. So in some specific field, this year and next year also will be good for seeing, for taking the potential. It's about digital transformation in transportation, e-healthcare, yeah, and also for data localization. So that is some points that you could take into consideration more, and getting more information related. So it's due to the time constraint, so I just give a very brief pictures about Vietnamese market, and we can discuss further later on. Thank you.
Yes, so thank you for your remarks, and also I have some questions. I think I will have only one. So I think all the audience also would like to know. So you mentioned about the services, right? The IT services are like you said that it has potential in terms of like, I mean, I would like to know more about services for the government, or services for the public is also quite confusing if we have to know more detail about
right.
services.
So
which
we
type
call
of
it
service?
we call it the public service, online public services. So it's invested by and run by the government, but providing to citizen, for the people.
Вот сейчас мне Никита только позвонил. В смысле неприятно? Неприятно. Вообще?
Thank you for your full remarks based on your experience, and also based on your professions. I understand well about the Vietnamese digital technology market, and also about the different types of companies. So thank you for your time, and I would like to move to the another speakers. Mr. Pong, are you here?
Yes, I'm here.
So, Mr. Okay, I would like to start like how to say to specifics of working with IT systems in Vietnam. Of course, when you're a foreign company, we need to know about what is the perfect or like ideal types of partnerships models, and also we need to understand about the legal regulations of the Socialist Republic of Vietnam, and also localization of foreign products. So Mr. Bùi Viet Phuong, CEO of Mercury Consulting and also Chief of NCS Group, could you please share your idea, your thought, and also your experience? The floor is yours, and you can start.
So yes, I will continue to the speech of Mr. Bình, because he's already brief about general informations. So this is the information from our companies who is doing the projects in Vietnam. So brief introductions. NGS, we started the business in 2007 when the internet come to Vietnam. So we do all the outsourcing, system integrations, cybersecurity. Currently, we have NGS, the companies who provide ERP to biggest enterprise in Vietnam, especially in banking and oil and gas sectors. And then we also have NCS, the National Cybersecurity, which also belong to National Associations of Cybersecurity. We have about 200 people providing cybersecurity services for big customers in Vietnam. And then we have Mercury Consulting companies, which I'm the CEO, doing the AI digital transformations consulting projects to our clients. So basically, I will share all the brief informations about our experience and our current situations in Vietnam to continue the presentations of Mr. Vũ Thế Bình. So I already sent out the presentation file, which include several informations about the market, but like Mr. Bình, can we share the presentations? Oh,
Sorry,
hello?
Hello, Miss. Can you share the presentations, Miss Alina, if you have?
Пані Екатерина, пожалуйста, дайте, пожалуйста, экран.
Okay,
Anh cứ share bình thường.
I can share my screen. Yep.
Yeah, anh cứ share bình thường ạ.
Okay. So this is several numbers that Mr. Bình has already mentioned. Since 2005, when broadband internet come into Vietnam, we started our business in Vietnam. And here are the several numbers of Vietnamese market. Currently, the total market is about 169 billion US dollar, including all the ICT sector. But if we just talk about the IT service, it's about 2 billion US dollar. And so during 20 years, we're doing IT business in Vietnam. We see several development periods of the market. Since 2005, 2010, Mr. Bình has mentioned about the market penetrations of telecom. And then 2010, 2015, a lot of IT outsourcing projects. Recently, digital transformations and mobile app and in fintechs. But like Mr. Bình already mentions, from this year, we see that with the new policy from governments, we're moving to not only digital transformations, but we're talking about AI transformations in Vietnam. So we talk a lot about generative AI, agentic AI, and all the projects in Vietnam relating to big data, AI, and especially cybersecurity. So that's the first information I want to introduce a little bit. So this is some government strategies and legal frameworks that recently Vietnamese governments already introduced to the market. So Vietnamese government really want to promote the AI development in Vietnam with this very specific target and very specific implementation plan, including building the infrastructures, like Mr. Bình already mentions, VNPT, Viettel, FPTs, investing a lot in the cables and huge data centers. But also we have a lot of incentives to train the AI engineers, AI experts in Vietnam to deploy the AI projects and products in Vietnam in the next several years to achieve the goals. In terms of collaborations, Vietnamese government really want the companies like us to work with foreign companies to promote AI technology transfer and also cybersecurity like Mr. Makarov already mentions, because we, as a small companies, we always think about the AI sovereignties. We know that invest into AI is very costly, and the small companies, we depend on the technologies from big companies. So we want to cooperate with companies around Asia and other countries to build the capabilities for human resources in Vietnam, but also for companies in Vietnam to do the AI projects in the futures. Several numbers about market size of AI in Vietnam is expected to achieve about 120 billion US dollar. So we have all the AI projects in different industry, in the public sectors with the transportations, agricultures, environments, and also we have projects in educations, healthcare. So everywhere in Vietnam right now, the companies, the IT companies like us, system integration, ERP, cybersecurity, we have to come to the customer and start doing the AI projects. So I think AI is one of the trends in Vietnam in the next, I think, 10 or 20 years, if we have opportunities to work in Vietnam. So here are all the informations about the public sector AI projects in Vietnam. And I think there are a lot of opportunities for Russian companies to cooperate with Vietnamese companies to provide the solutions in e-governments. You can see all the AI chatbot, generative AI agents. We can do all the transportations, tax and finance in public sectors. In private sector, you see that Viettel, FPT, VNGs, all the companies, they are choosing the AI projects in different sectors. Some companies, some big companies heavily investing in infrastructures. Some companies like banks, retail companies, building AI applications for Vietnamese market, and also for like FPT also providing AI projects to international customers. So we really need to cooperate with international companies to build AI capabilities and also market. Some challenge for companies in Vietnam. Of course, we currently we have 1.2 million IT engineers working in Vietnam, and every year, annually, we have about 200,000 more. But if we talk about new technologies like AI, generative AI or agentic AI, or in the future, maybe robotic AI, we need different types, new type of expertise and experience, and that's the opportunity for us to cooperate with companies in Russia and international companies. So that the challenge that companies in Vietnam are looking for the partners. In terms of opportunities, I already mentioned the government have a lot of incentive for companies to build the AI capabilities, cybersecurity capabilities in Vietnam. And Vietnamese market, the adoption rate of AI services and application is very high. So it's a good chance for us in the futures to cooperate in. So that's my experience. We really think that we can cooperate with international companies in AI and cybersecurity in near futures. So in terms of legal framework, when we talk about AI, about big data, several things you should know. First, recently, Vietnamese government has issued new laws and policies for example, AI. We start to legalize the digital access. We are talking about cryptocurrency exchange and to protect the digital access for everybody in Vietnam. One of the big thing is the legal framework for data privacy. Require all the companies providing IT solutions or AI solutions needs to host the data in Vietnam. We have the new data privacy law will be effective next year, protect all the data of Vietnamese customer in Vietnam. So if you come to Vietnam and work in AI, we should research carefully about data privacy laws. And also we for foreign companies to provide a system to cooperate with Vietnamese companies like us in Vietnam. Of course, if you want to invest in Vietnam, you need to follow the FDI laws in Vietnam. But for just providing the service and system integrations projects based on our experience working with international companies in Vietnam, when the open bid for for international companies to Vietnam, you should kind of co-bid with the local companies like us in Vietnam to provide the service and to provide the IT services for customers in Vietnam. And of course, we should follow the tax law for all the foreign export to come to Vietnam to work. So all the information, this is the brief informations I bring to you about the trends in Vietnam with the new trends, the new opportunities in near futures about AI and cybersecurity, all the several legal frameworks and the promotions of Vietnamese governments to the AI industry and cybersecurity industry. Hopefully, after this short presentations, you can see our experience in Vietnam, and we are happy to discuss further after the meeting for the cooperation's opportunities. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
Mr.
you
Mead.
so much.
Can you offer me some 1 minute, small remark to this presentation? Yes?
Sure, floor is yours.
Yes, in fact, AI is a key priority for this new technological era, and RUSSOFT is very much active in this field. Among our 380 companies of RUSSOFT, we have 230 companies working in AI, and the number of these companies is increasing every year. So this is a field we are very strong and very active and cooperating with other countries. Nowadays, we created out of our 8 associations working in AI, in robotics, and different fields of AI, we created the so-called coordinating committee. And now delegation of this coordinating committee now is in China, invited by government of China to discuss cooperation between Russia and China in AI. So this field is really a very important field for our cooperation, as well as cybersecurity, as you mentioned. In cybersecurity, Russia is number 1 or 2 compared to China and America in cybersecurity, and we completely protect our IT systems from anybody. So we're very happy to help Vietnam to be also independent and also have cybersecurity at the same top level. Sorry, thanks.
Yes, so that's I think since the beginning I already mentioned this is the point of view from the companies doing the business in local markets. I really think that in near future we have the cooperation opportunity in these 2 main topics to help Vietnamese companies to build the capabilities to do the AI. What you already mentioned, the AI sovereignty and also cybersecurity.
So thank you also for the additional information from Mr. Valetin Makarov and also Mr. Pong for your insightful presentations, full informations, more understanding about what Vietnam is trying to achieve in future. And thank you for your time also. So for the next speaker, Mr. Quang, are you here?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. So, Mr. Kwan, could you please share about the priorities areas of bilateral technological collaborations between for Vietnam? Mr. Quan, General Director of VSM Labs. You have 10 minutes, and please, we would like to listen to your thoughts, experience, and also remarks from you. So floor is yours, and you can start.
Okay, so good morning, everybody. My name is Henry. I am managing several tech business right now in Vietnam. It's an honor to address this forum, and I thank the organizer to organize it. So, in fact, I've been working in Europe and in US for many years. I have several companies in Vietnam right now. We are working in tech field, and our clients range from government to big company like Viettel, VNPT, to other smaller corporation in Vietnam. Today, I'd like to focus on two areas, but in fact, the other presenters has already talked about, because I think there are two main major core of our country national development strategy. The modernization of our public and corporate sectors through AI and the protection of this progress through world-class cybersecurity. To be really honest, I have already started to look at collaboration with other countries, and basically beside China and US. So basically, I was looking at Israel until the war broke, and I am discussing with some of the Russian company right now, and I find it's a really good match with our culture and with our needs. So I prepare something to talk about the AI development in Vietnam and the cybersecurity needs, but following the two previous very good presentation, I don't think it's necessary to repeat it very much, but basically what this is coming from my experience, having discussed with customer, with big company, a big corporation, looking for solution, good solution to enhance the AI capability and to enhance their cybersecurity protection. I know that nowadays Vietnam market it's still very much, I mean, wide. That means there are a lot of opportunities, and good solutions are rare in this market. So I think this is from my point of view, my personal point of view, and from the point of view of my businesses. For me, it's a crucial area for our bilateral collaboration. Vietnam needs robust state-of-the-art solutions in AI and cybersecurity, and Russia, it's one renowned expertise in both. I think you are one of the best countries in the world to provide this kind of technology, this kind of knowledge, and in terms of image, Russian image in Vietnam is good. So talking about that, I talk with knowledge of approaching and discussing with customer about collaboration. I mean, customer about our joint technology joint venture with Russian partnership to enter some of the big, really big. I mean, the biggest client you can imagine in Vietnam, and they accept it with joy. So I think this is really thing that we could move forward. The way I see it in the collaboration to be very, I mean, concrete. It's a kind of joint venture that we both invest. we invest in the sales network and customer care network, and you provide us with technology. So basically, we are your local partner here to develop the country, develop the commercial side of it, and you are the one who handle everything in terms of technology. This is how from my experience, this is how it could work and it could start very quickly in terms of businesses. Well, so I think I can stop my speech here because again, my preparation about whatever AI development in Vietnam or cybersecurity have been already discussed before. So I leave my time. If you have any question, then I am more than happy to answer you.
So thank you for your speech, and also I would like to thank for the Miss Van who participated in our roundtable in 17 September, which is not very long ago, and also for providing us very nice speakers, Mr. Henry. Thank you for your speech also. So please let's move to another speakers. So Miss Juan, are you here?
Yes, sir. Good morning, colleagues. I'm here.
So
Okay.
yes, okay, Madam, could you please share about the current key trends? Right now, we already know that current future plans, AI development, but there might be more, how to say, experts and more directions in current Vietnam digital development. So, Miss Huan, Director of the Institute for Sustainable Development and Digital Economy of Vietnam. Now you will have your floor, and please let us share your, let's say, thoughtful insights, and we would like to listen to you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yes. First of all, I would like to sincerely thank the RUSSOFTC Association for inviting me to speak at today's webinar. And my name is Xuân. I'm Director of Institute for Sustainable Development and Digital Economies, brief called INDE. Together with Mr. Peter Huynh, our senior expert, we are honored to join you to share key trends in Vietnam digital development opportunity and prospect for practical cooperation between Vietnam and RUSSOFTC. First, I want to say the fastest growing sector and potential of Vietnam that may you concerns. The fastest growing sector includes manufacturing, high-tech, agriculture, finance and banking, healthcare, edtech, and e-commerce. And you know, Vietnam is among the fastest growing e-commerce market globally. And now Vietnam is now among the world 34 largest economies and ranked in the top 20 in global trade. With 17 FTA signed with over 60 partners, 2025 is a pivotal year. In the first half of this year, and GDP is increased 7.52% compared with the same period last year, with full-year growth expected to exceed 8%. By July, Vietnam had attracted more than $522 billion in FDI, including nearly 24 billion USD from 2,250 new projects in just 7 months, up 27 compared with the same period in 2024. The achievement confirms Vietnam as a strong and attractive destination for trade and investment for RUSSOFTC. And this resolution, Vietnam also has decreed such a Decree 182 to strengthen partnership between the public and private sector, and the include specific support policy for investors and for companies. We hope that in the future, you will see more opportunity to cooperate with the public sector in Vietnam. And regarding to the main element in AI and semiconductor, Vietnam has introduced new policy and strategies supported by both the government and the private sector. And the aim boosts cooperation and create favorable conditions for companies in the industries. With two major national policies, Vietnam has the resolution 57 on breakthrough in science and technologies, innovation and national digital transformation, underscoring the strategic role of this field in the country development. And the resolution 68 was also adopted the faster innovation in enterprise, mandating that party and government policy be instituted into law to strongly encourage private sector invest in science, technology, and innovations in Vietnam. And Russia is a strategic partner of Vietnam. We already have a cooperation framework in science and technologies with lower entry barrier for Russian companies. So it creates many new opportunities for business from both sides. And there is still vast room in IT market to cooperate between us. As we have a proposal to cooperate between us, Vietnam and RUSSOFT. I have a brief introduced by India Institute. We provide IT solutions focused on AI and digital transformation in manufacturing, agriculture, e-commerce, and education. We work with business, government, association, and local authorized and international partners to build an innovation ecosystem and support SME in digital adoptions. We also run trade promotion events, business matching, and programs that help enterprise grow their trade through domestic and global e-commerce platforms. SME in Vietnam account about 98% of total enterprise, do you know? And the government in Vietnam has set target by the year 2030. 100% of SME will apply digital technology at an appropriate level. This represents a tremendous opportunity for Russian companies to enter and expand in Vietnam. With RUSSOFT's current roles and strength, we believe we can collaborate in several promising directions. For example, training and development of IT human resource, joint training program for software engineer, expert exchange in AI, big data, cybersecurity, IC and chip design, electronic products, and EMS. And the second, we can application of Russian digital solution. Applying Russian digital solution to training, capacity building, and developer apply software products for Vietnamese SMEs. At present, many Vietnamese SME face major challenges in software adoption, limited budgets, lack of in-house IT staffs, fragment system, and concern about data security make it difficult for them to fully embrace digital transformations. Therefore, we see strong potential for cooperation with international partners, especially in providing affordable, integrated, and secure software solutions tailored for SME in Vietnam. And about industry-specific solution, we can join research and implementation on projects in digital healthcare, fintech, and smart agriculture. And in the co-hosting international technology event and conference, we can creating platform for trade promotion and fostering Vietnam, Russia, and ASEAN business linkage. And we can join the R&D Center, conducting research in AI, cybersecurity, and embedded system, developing product tailored for both Vietnam and ASEAN country markets. Yes, we can have a flexible cooperation model. You may partner with the India Institute for Direct Investment or co-develop product for SME with focus on cost-effective and sustainable solutions, or cooperate in training and technology transfer. And the year 2025 is the milestone year for Vietnam to accelerate the breakthrough and achieve its development goal, moving toward a new area of prosperity and sustainable. We believe that Russia and Vietnam, together with ASEAN, we can build practice, effective and long-term technology cooperation projects. At this point, I'm pleased to introduce Mr. Peter Huynh, senior expert in my institute. He will present a specific and comparing projects that we believe we capture your interest and provide opportunity for cooperation and investment in Vietnam. Please, Mr. Peter.
Thank you, Ms. Xuân, and good afternoon, Mr. Valentin Macharov and Mr. Любарто Сартойо, and good afternoon to everyone in this meeting room. Hopefully, I just want to give the overview of the technology nowadays in Vietnam, and I would like to highlight some of the key points as Russian company and also РУССОФТ interest to do business in Vietnam or team up, partnership in Vietnam in the high-tech area, especially in the IT and in the hardware, in the engineering, the workforce. So again, here the five area that any partner, any investor, especially РУССОФТ and Russian company need to know the weakness of the Vietnam economy, the strongest point, and the information from Vietnam before we can team up partnership or team up with any company in Vietnam to be more strong, more powerful in the world, right? We're talking about a lot of things nowadays, infrastructure, IT, digital, a lot of things. But let's go to the point that if we want to team up, we still have to go to 5 areas. First, the first area, technology nowadays in Vietnam. What is the weakness? What is the strong area that we have currently in Vietnam? And what do we need from Russian company to team up with us together, to get to the point? The second point here is the business engagement. Business engagement here, we need to identify, what is the industry business engagement that we can team up together to build a strong company that we can compete with, any other country. So that's how we identify the business engagement, right? Number 3, that the workforce. The workforce in Vietnam currently, how many talent, how many, engineer, hardware, and software, IT, that what we are currently have, and what kind of, labor work that we have to adapt and to fulfill the requirement from Russian company when you team up with us. So that's number 3 area that we look into. Number 4 area, that's in order for us to commit the long-term relationship and long-term, activity and long-term partnership, that we have to have a technical training center just to make sure our engineering workforce is teaming up and know our vision, know our competition, and know, the roadmap that we're going to carry on and introduce to the world when we team up together from Russian and Vietnam government, right? And number 5, the most important thing, talking about all of the war and all of the activity from USA, from Japan, from Korea, is the AI chip design. So it's control security, control the technology, control the information for the country. It's control everything. If we can team up to do a AI chip design center in Vietnam, that we can design the chip for our own product between Russia and Vietnam. So we can control the pattern, control the design within Vietnam and Russia to introduce to any other sector, right? Like especially when we go into this 5 area, first, we understand the market, understand the people, understand the company, what is the weakness, what is the benefit behind, so we can bring it up when you are here, so we can present and we can tell you what is our weaknesses. Not everyone has strong, right, point, but we have a weakness, we have a strong point. So that's the 5 area I like to highlight to Mr. Makarov at RUSSOFT and Mr. Любарто about before we come to Vietnam and pay a visit. So let's go to detail a little bit. I have another 5 minutes to go detail. Technology, number one. Technology, we have to have a hardware and firmware and IT digital people ready, to establish, any business engagement, right? So that's number one. So the analyze from the people, from the information, we need to know very clearly detailed before we can say yes or teaming up in front of the government, right? So business engagement structure. So how we engage the business between Russian company and Vietnamese company. So what is the structure? What Russia can bring to Vietnam? What Vietnam can provide to Russia after engagement partnership, right? Meaning, okay, you bring the technology, you bring the high end technical that you have been working now with other countries and teaming up with Vietnamese company to produce any good product for our own country to you first, right? So that's why we can show the technology within the two countries. So that is the number two, how we business engagement. Number three is workforce. So workforce here, we have to have some kind of IT training center or hardware training center, start from R&D center, product design, chip design, and also EMS. So that kind of thing we need to be ready, because what I feel so far the last 5 years, the government, the Vietnamese government support all the way to, okay, whoever partnership with Vietnam company will be benefit from tax incentive and other support from the government besides, to go all into high tech. High tech means, chip design and product design for specific information, specific for defense, aerospace, commercial, medical device. So for those that our government, Vietnamese government, really want it really badly and will be fully support, right? So the last one is the AI chip. So nowadays, the world, China, US, everybody focus on how we get the AI chip to put into the airplane, to put into the phone, to put into any product for medical and for aerospace, for commercial, for defense, for military. So now, Vietnam and Russia, if we team up together with your background, with your company so powerful in IT, digital, something like that, so we can team up with the hardware team in Vietnam and the firmware team in Vietnam. Any company like FPT or Viettel, a big company, we can team up to come up with, a way that how we can show our own chip design between Russian and Vietnam government. So we can have that chip built into our own product for medical device, for defense military to utilize first. Then we can go into the military area. We can put the chip into the drone and the device that can be protect our security. So this is my highlight, specific directly to the point that how we team up together, how we partnership, to be success. Where I don't want to talk about many other things, but this is the technology that Vietnam needs, Russian help badly. Any company from Russian, that means you guys already in advance, to be honest. Now you're looking for a partnership to develop more and to expand more your company and between country with country. That will be the best. It's the right time to do it. But we need to identify where the weakness, where the strong point that we can improve together. So that is my highlight to you, Mr. Valetin Macro, after CEO, you can see the vision. This is how we team up. So I can present really detailed to any partner come from Russia, how we establish the company and the major company here, combine all technology, IT, digital, chip design, R&D, product design, EMS into one of the control center. So we both country or we both partnership can control that activity within the two country security. So we can utilize that that company or that manpower workforce to design our own product. We can utilize in our country. So that go directly to the point that how we generate the money and also the economy and how we protect our right of security. That to me, my last 35 years working as an expert, a technical, you know, any other country, when you get risk of becoming powerful country, it's technology, AI chip. So that's what is my highlight to the team today. Hopefully, I can deliver the need that the team need to hear, the partnership need to hear that it's really specific to the point where we are having a problem and where we're having a very strong in terms of technology currently in Vietnam. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr.
Any question?
Sorry, just one more remark to this presentation. Yes, you're quite right. The chip for AI is a very important thing, and we cannot do it alone. But we have in Russia two preconditions for making this chip make together with Vietnam. First thing is that we have a processor, our local architecture, completely Russian thing, which you know also, which was proposed to Vietnam some years ago as a place or subject for the calculation. So we do, this chip is available. It is much better than existing chips for AI. We can offer cooperation on designing the chip for Vietnam and also to manufacture in Vietnam and your factories, which you now are trying to construct. Second thing is design of a chip. We should have our own independent cadence whatsoever system for CAD/CAM, KR offer the chips for AI. And we now have technology in company which developed this technology to be really applied for developing this chip, which you can produce together, developing an inter chip for AI. It has good prospects. Now we consider it as a very important competitor to Americans, Chinese processors, which are sure to be designed in China and the United States to develop this technology. So we can combine our two prerequisites. One is architecture of a chip, which might be good competitor in AI, and also CAD/CAM for designing this chip, independently of any other tools for designing chips. So we can combine it in Vietnam and make joint projects there. Thank you for a proposal.
Wow, excellent. You are the one. You get to the right point with the, Valentin. I love that. 2 points, you are right. Utilize the software, we have to make our own. We cannot use, the software like Cadence to design the chip or the CAM and the CAD file, something like that. The technology that Russian already introduced to Vietnam a few years ago, that's what I know from you, that's, the CPU. Now, our expertise here in Vietnam, which we are more open up to the manufacture of the chip. And then we know how to, build a chip, with that kind of technology and security behind. You just mentioned about the CAM cards and those kind of things. We have to use some other CAM cards from US. So it's going to be leaking the information. So now we have to have our own software to decide, to utilize that software to design our chip in order to control the security, right? So if you give us the CPU with the architecture, with the chip layout, everything, and we utilize analog software, we utilize American software to architecture the chip, to build the chip, so those will be leaking easily, right? So I'm talking about hardware and software need to be together within our control, within our own design. So if we got anyone, we not distribute potentially, right? If we utilize any software to design our own chip or to modify the CPU, the information is right. So you mentioned to the right point. That's why we are capable to build a chip manufacturer here for you to utilize and team up. We can produce the chip here for any industry sector. Say like defense for Russia and Vietnam to utilize the chip, medical device, right? Medical information or military. So those kind of things. If between the government and government support RUSSOFT company and support Vietnamese company together, I think it's doable, right? It's nothing different, but we just to put in the structure correctly and clearly and to introduce to our Vietnamese local government. I'm very sure we get the support 100% on regulation, on tax incentive, anything that we ask for. Because the country really need it for our defense and military locally, and then with the help from Russian, country and Russian company, I don't think that we have any other choice. Right. So I'm open up to any other person because EMS, but that's why I'm talking about EMS is the last step that we need to have the capable manufacturer in Vietnam and then utilize all the material in Vietnam. So to build a high-end chip, AI chip, or AI product, robotics, or cyber optics or cyber security have to be our own manufacturer. So that is Mr. Sung and the government is get that kind of mission from the government to bring up to the investor, bring up to the Russian company that we can offer. We know our technology and our high-tech talent is not there yet. It has to be honest. Compared to Russian company, we're still way behind. So the team up, we need to identify your strong point, apply to our weakness. That's going to be success. So we can utilize those kind of information to team up together. For the next time, if you need to, I can come see you and present to the Russian company that what is our overview information and how can we team up together to get it done.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Peter, for all your details. And also, I think right now I also have two questions back to Mr. Valentin Makharov and Mr. Peter. So yes, I also believe that the AI chips manufacturing in Vietnam will be sovereignty. Also, as for Laos, I'm also interested to be the first, customers to use your AI chips in the agri-tech. As you know, Laopedia, we don't have a lot of labor force. We are 7 million people, but if we can use as you can see, Vietnam, Laos are like brothers nations. So I'm willing to use be the first customer, or like you can support us with our agri-tech. So I'm very hoping. Yes, I'm very hoping that this one will happen. I will be in contact with you. So
okay,
yes.
let me answer the first question. Let me explain to you. Nowadays, technology today, you don't see people using soldier to fight, right? You're using a little plane to fly. That the AI chip will control that kind of activity further and further technology. So we don't utilize people to fight no more in the next 5 or 10 years. So everything will be robotics and going to be cheap and going to be a little airplane, whatever. So AI chip will hold the major controlling and the most powerful if any country that can design the AI chip, that especially the CPU, can control the whole army, that will be the target. So anyway, in the future, AI chip will play the major role for any economy. The country whoever can invent the best chip in the world will win the war. I'm not talking about low-end high-tech. We win the war, meaning you will rule the world.
Yes.
You know, you can have the chip into the airplane that fly, you know, from Russia to Vietnam within 5 minutes. Who's going to win? That guy will win the war, not US, not Russia, not Vietnam, right? So so that's why chip technology nowadays really hot in Vietnam. I mean, and all of our government supporting whoever partnership with chip design, with the company who decide chip, will be get all the intention, the incentive, tax reduction and regulation passed by easily, right? Even the government will put some money in too. So just FYI to Mr. Makarov, that's not only just, you know, supporting, but also if you see potential development that can help the military or defense, they also can put in the money too. Okay.
Yes,
So-
thank you for this one, and also Ms. Swan, also for your speech also. I really appreciate it. And based on you, I think the e-commerce in Vietnam is like everywhere. I've been to Vietnam a lot, Hanoi, Da Nang, everywhere. People's young
Yes.
population, I think they are very likes to use the e-commerce. So could you mention that how the e-commerce business in e-commerce in Vietnam will be like, how big will become in 2030, or what are the main key e-commerce platform in Vietnam, local or either international, please? Ms. Swan, can you please a little bit about e-commerce? I would like to listen.
Yes, in Vietnam, so we and our expert in institute have many SMEs sell their products in e-commerce. For example, Shopee and Lazada, and it's famous e-commerce in Vietnam. But it's also in Vietnam, in Singapore, and in China. It's almost so. We want to propose with the RUSSOFT. We have a platform to concentrate between Russia and Vietnam. We can cooperate in this field. Thank you.
I see. So I think the e-commerce platform in terms of like based on like not the B2C but B2B, like Vietnam products which are available in the Russian language and also the payment sector. And so this is a very how to say promiseful platform between Russia and Vietnam. I think that all the participants who are interested in e-commerce might contact you after this, and I hope that in future you will have some Russian partners in this project. So thank you for Ms. Swan also. So please, unfortunately, I have to mention that the last speaker, Mr. An, he couldn't join due to like some accidents. I'm sorry to hear this one, and I hope everything's will be fine for him. So after Mr. Right now will be like Mr. Do Nguyen Hon, Deputy Secretary General of Vietnam Automotion Association. Mr. Hung, are you here?
Yes. Sorry, this is Amy. I'm from VAA, and today Mr. Hung is currently on the business trip, so I'm going to be here to on behalf of him to do the presentation. Yeah.
Sure. So can you start? I would like to hear your thoughts and also deliver
Yes.
from him.
Okay, so dear Mr. Valetin Makaro, President of RUSSOFT, distinguished delegates and esteemed representatives of Russian and Vietnamese IT enterprises here. And first of all, I would like to extend my warmest greetings and best wishes to all of you. My name is Amy, I just mentioned, and today it's my great honor to represent the Vietnam Automation Association, or VAA, to deliver this speech at today's important webinar. First of all, I want to share about Vietnam's policies and strategies for IT development. In recent years, the party and government of Vietnam have strongly emphasized national digital transformation, considering it's a key driver for competitiveness and sustainable growth. The resolution number 52 on Industry 4.0 and the National Digital Transformation Program until 2030 set the goal for Vietnam to become a digital nation with strong IT exports and the mastery of core technologies. One more thing is that the green growth strategy to 2021 to 2030 promotes the application of IT, AI, and the big data for sustainable development. Okay, and one more, and last but not least, the National Industrial Development Plan also highlights smart production, digitalized management, and international cooperation in technology. Okay, so now I will share more about the role of VAA here in Vietnam. The VAA functions as a national professional organization to first connect enterprise, research institutes, and universities in automation and digital technologies. And we also provide policy consultation and support national digital transformation programs. We also promote training, technology transfer, and international cooperation. In the new context, VAA focused on 3 priorities. The first one, it is building an industrial digital ecosystem. For example, smart factories, smart cities, and digital agriculture. Second, is developing the high quality human resources in IT, AI, IoT, and big data. And the last one is expanding international cooperation and enterprise connections. Okay, that is our VAA role in Vietnam. Now I will share more information about opportunities for Russia and Vietnam cooperation. As we know that Russia is strong software development, cybersecurity, AI, and industrial solutions. And Vietnam is also a dynamic market with a high demand for digitalization in manufacturing and processing industry. Okay, and Vietnam is also a dynamic market with growing market infrastructure and smart city initiatives. And we also expanding IT education and training programs. And one more thing is a rapidly growing digital service and e-commerce market. So on behalf of VAA, I'm sincerely invite Russian IT companies to cooperate in industrial digital transformation, ERP, MES, SCADA, and smart management solutions, and IT human resources training, joint programs in AI, IoT, and cybersecurity in Vietnam. And we also we would like to invite to cooperate in software export, co-developing and bringing IT solution to Asian markets, pilot projects in implementing smart factory and smart city models. VAA is ready to serve a bridge between Russian and Vietnamese enterprises and to cooperate with Russia in concrete joint projects. Okay, so Russia and Vietnam cooperation in IT and digital technologies will not only generate economic value, but also strengthen our long-standing tradition friendship. I firmly believe that today's webinar will open up many practical and long-term opportunities for both sides. So that's all about what I want to share today. So thank you so much for your attention.
Thank you so much for delivering the speech, and I think for the dear participants in the audience, I would like to say that this is a time for question and answer. And if you have questions, please you can raise your hands, and you can start a small introduction about your company, what you do, and what's your questions, and to which speakers you want to ask question. And also, I would like to remind that after this webinar, the record of this webinar will be available on YouTube or RUSSOFT, Telegram, and so on. So if you miss something, you can just rewatch and ask again. And also, we are ready to host business missions. We will be discussing between B2B ASEAN and RUSSOFT, where will be the great time for host webinar. Host the business mission, because as I believe that there's some audience who has joined the past webinar with the Laos, so there will be soon business matching between Russia company and Lao company, and also soon will be with the Vietnamese company. So yes, this is what I want to add more. And this is right now is the question and answer session. If you have questions, please raise your hand. So I will be waiting your questions.
In any case, we'll collect all the questions afterwards and probably have a list of these questions and send it to you and distribute among our Vietnamese speakers. But I think the discussion was really, very, very practical. And I thank you for leading the discussion, and thank for our Vietnamese partners for organizing this combination of speakers, which reflect different spheres of cooperation. So thank you very much, everybody. Thank you, Любарто. Thank you, Maya, for initiating this discussion. It was very, very good. Thanks.
Well, thank you for your interest in Vietnam relationship between the two countries overall, and especially between company and company. So we are Vietnamese company. The government is nowadays really focusing on the partnership with Russia and Russian company, especially on any project that we can carry out and compete to the war. And the high tech, I have to say Russia is more advanced in that area. In order to team up with the labor work and engineering, hardware and firmware software, so we can grow together. That will be the best solution. But how we do that, I think we would love to see you and your partner and your team to come to Vietnam, so we can structure and present, a very detailed information. That's what you're looking for. You can decide how we team up in the infrastructure, or in high tech, or in chip design, or in IT digital, or in product, or robots. You can pick the area after analyze the widget and the strong point that we are facing currently in Vietnam for the engineering and for the manpower and for the economy nowadays. So on behalf of Indy, I would like to thank you for your presence and your open up, the trend for us to know you and to know Russian company overall. Thank you.
Thanks. And now let's prepare this mission. And while preparing the mission, we'll make fit interests of Vietnamese and Russian companies in these particular spheres you mentioned, and also try to find other areas where we can cooperate successfully for the interests of both countries and all ASEAN countries altogether.
Yes, sir. I believe that this is happening. If based on your leadership and your company experience in the field from Russia, we believe Vietnam company will benefit from your companies a lot.
Right.
Yes, and also I see some questions from the chat. Mr. Oleg Andreev, he would like to ask Mr. Peter, could you please specify your company and also, of course, your positions? Can you please?
Well, I say right now I team up with the Indy government, which is soon is carry on. I also have my own company. we call IV Tech. I came from, USA, California, Silicon Valley, but I give that up. I went back to the country and contribute the technology background. That's what I have learned from the war to Vietnam nowadays in the chip design, product design. The company's name is IV Tech. We also dealing with all high-tech product currently in Vietnam. So I am a CEO of IV Tech for any other sector. Also, I'm a part of the expertise technical support for India, right? So I potentially, if the team from Russia come, I can take to the company and then pay a visit to see all the real-time productivity and the people and the information. That's what the Russia team need to know upfront, especially a market overview and short boy and weak point, whatever that need to be identified. With the Russian team, we can respond to that kind of question before the Russian company can make a decision. Team up with a partner in Vietnam. So I open to that.
But when we speak about this chip of AI, we also need to have support from the government of both countries. Do you have links to the government of Vietnam, which are maybe?
Yes, sir. Well, if you we can send you the link how I open a technical school and engage with the foreign minister in Vietnam and with the VP in Vietnam directly. So foreign minister with the government locally, community chairman support, and went to my training school, and asked for expand more technical training for AI chip in Vietnam, anytime, anywhere, you name it. So guarantee you that if we have the technology from Russia team up with Vietnam on the regulation on the Vietnam government, no issue at all.
Thanks.
Yeah. So there's a link. Yeah. May I ask this, what is your plan in coming to Vietnam?
So, Mr. Peter, right now, we would like to get back to our, past walks. Like in July, in the last 2 or 3 months, we host together with Mr. Valetin Makarov, RUSSOFT with B2B ASEAN. We host the webinar for the Laos. So this time we host for the Vietnam. What we are trying to do is to have a business mission of Russian company who are interested to enter the ASEAN market, joint between Russia, Vietnam, and Laos. So Russian companies don't have to come and go around each ASEAN country. We would like to combine some, 2 or 3 countries together, and they go around this country, see each potential, and then successful corporations based on their expectations. That is what
I see.
we are trying to do.
So I just want to give you a feedback here. I mean, in order to make it, more effective for the tour and for the visit, I would love to see, specific agenda area that, the Russian company and RUSSOFT especially looking for. So we team and the company in Vietnam, whoever can have that kind of expertise, will join and to respond directly to the person, to respond directly to the answer with the investor, whoever partner. That will be better. Otherwise, we would circle around and around. That's going to be a wasting time for everybody. That's I have to honestly say that. So we have a very precise and concrete agenda specific to the area that the Russian company want to look for a partnership or investment. So we Vietnamese will be respond.
Yes,
I
remark.
understand. I understand. Sorry, Mr. Valetin, you first.
Yes, my short remark. Yes, sure, the visit mission is good when several companies are coming together to make event, but I would also like to stress on the necessity of making a separate and quicker approach for AI chip. So we can organize even now communication between our company making this chip and designing chip and also producing new chips together with you or with other organizations in Vietnam in order to accelerate the process. So we know what to do. We see you're interested in that. So we may separately make this direct contact and proceed with stronger and faster approach.
Okay.
And also,
Excellent. So give me 1 minute to respond. So the team here is really for you to utilize Mr. Macaro. We have a architecture chip layout designer here. We have a hardware. We have a chip layout. We have a PCB layout. And we have a firmware and hardware software reading. So for any simple chip, we can do. But for the CPU, I'm sorry, we're not there yet. But it's for the memory stick or any regular chip, capacitor, EEPROM, we can do. But we utilize the analog system, software from Cadence to design and to do architecture for the chip. So I'm afraid will be leak information whenever we finish the project. Those kind of things will be gone. So my personally thinking about how we come up with our own software to utilize for chip design. That's number one thing we need in order to control security and the design within the two company only. And the hardware thing, it's fine. We can team up together anytime if you think it's the right time. So you can pay a visit to us. We can provide you the plan, how we work together to focus on, let's say, the wrong chip, how to make it, faster or something like that, with our own team here.
Right.
Yeah.
Good.
Yes, also,
Let's proceed.
good. And also, yes, and I would like to add on that I hope this will really happen because I'm willing to adopt the chip that joint developed between Russia and Vietnam in Laos, because I would like to see how this chip can work in terms of in farming, in agri-tech. So I would like to see this one happen, and we can have joint working group and so on. So I think due to the time, I think we should finish our webinar, and I would like to say thank you, Mr. Valentin Makarov, also Mr. Любарто Сартойо, and all the panelists who share their insight, thoughts, discussion, and also I think also Mr. Peter, I think you found really let's say interesting in this webinar, especially with discussion between you and Mr. Valentin Makarov, and it's quite insightful and direct to the point. So yes, I hope it will be.
Thank you. Sorry, I just highlight direct to the point where we need to discuss, directly. Maybe I bother some other audience, but I'm a technical guy. Usually I bring up the point and I just go direct to the point, how we carry on the mission and how we carry on the agenda. So that's why I did not bring up any company information here. So thank you anyway.
Yes. Thank you so much for your, let's say, active discussion also. So also for the audience, you joined since 11, now it's almost 2 hours. So joining together with us, I think it's also very, say, time consuming, and thank you for your joining. And I think the record of this webinar will be uploaded by the РУССОФТ soon, so I hope you can rewatch again. And then if you have key points, if you miss something, you can you can send emails to our email, and also inquiry about the business mission. We will forward it to you. So thank you so much. So
Thanks.
Very good, Min. Thank you for the coordination. Okay, thank you, Mr. Valentin. I love to see you in Vietnam, so I can take you around and introduce you more talent in Vietnam. So we will not let you down.
Thanks.
Thank you. All right. Have a good day. Have a good day, and bye bye to everyone. Thank you.
Yes.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
thank you so much. Bye bye.
Thank you so much.